again. Hi everybody. Okay, we're talking about this. Sorry it took me a little bit to post the first video, but here it is. The first character from the House of Hades. We're going to talk about Nico D'Angelo. And yes, that's because of the Cupid Chapter. Yes, we're going to discuss that Cupid Chapter a lot. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that they think it is the best part of the book. The second best. My other favorite part is just, I'll tell you when we get there. That is the second best part of the book, and all the first best parts. But we're talking about Nico. So Nico D'Angelo, probably my favorite character out of everyone. I mean everyone who has ever been in Rick Riordan's books. He is my favorite. Why, you might ask? I love everyone. Don't get me wrong, they are all, none of them should die, except maybe Octavian. He's the only exception. But none of them should die. They all must live. Live. But especially him, and I love him probably partly because he's so mysterious. I can't tell what he's gonna do next. You know, we're reading along, we're just reading along, and all of a sudden, wait, what are you doing in Roman camp? Huh? In another book, we're like, whoa, where'd you come from? Why are you in the woods? In another book, okay, you are in Percy's apartment now. How'd you do that? Yeah. Book, technically 7, 4, and 5, obviously, if you don't remember. All those parts happen, but we do that every single time. We can never tell what this kid's gonna do next, gonna say next. And he's also funny without even trying, just his little way of telling everyone stuff. Yeah. Oh, by the way, you kinda need to close those doors of death too. Oh yeah, did I mention that this could kill you? Did I mention that? Oh, don't look at any ghosts. No, don't. You'll probably never come back if you do, so don't. He just says it like everyone else. And then he's just like, yeah, I love that. That's so funny. And I also love him because, come on, his powers, they're probably the best out of all the 7. That's one part of the book I would like to discuss right now. Why isn't he part of the 7? Why? Why, really? Why? I don't know. It's like the 7 most powerful demigods. He's pretty powerful. I mean, just look at his power development. He gets a new power every single book. In the first book he's in, he can open a void in the ground, which apparently he loves doing. I can't count how many times he opens voids in this book. And summon skeletons. Book 4, he can summon ghosts, can suck the ghosts back down into the underworld, and summon ginormous rocks and zombies. That is awesome. Book 5, he can shadow travel. That is my favorite power out of all of them. Also, he's like a monster repellent. Anyway, remember all the monsters were like, okay, ugh, that kid smells like death. It's like, that's probably handy when, could be attacked by monsters when he's not around. He probably is, because he's pretty powerful, but at the same time, it's like, monsters seem to not like him either, which is kind of sad in a weird sense, because that means nobody, that made me so sad, nobody. But then we have Lost Hero. I'm not counting that one. That doesn't count, people. Mentioned. Thanks for mentioning him, Rick. Thanks, but he wasn't in it. That'd be pretty funny, actually, to see if he was in Lost Hero. You know, he comes, hi, every Jason. And then he just goes away. That would have been pretty funny. That honestly would have been funny. And then in the Son of Neptune, he can make ghosts be quiet, and they all just stop talking. I have a feeling he used that on more than one occasion. And then I'm pretty sure he can sense the doors of death or something, because what would have made him go looking at Tartarus for him? I don't know. And then in Park of Athena, he can use those seeds to stay alive. And then in this one, I swear, he has some power over shadows. I don't know what power, but he has to have some power over shadows. Besides the shadow travel thing, because seriously, he's using every shadow. Like, the most basic shadow he will use. Or it gets, like, darker when he's around. It's weird. I don't get it at all. I really don't. But I don't know why he's not part of the 7. He's pretty darn powerful. Pretty darn powerful if you're going based off of that. But also, I'm like, I kind of get it, because I do see some of him in the prophecy. But I'll save that at the end. And, oh, I don't think he's gonna die. Okay, he's not. Now, the Cupid chapter. Yes, like I said, this is my second favorite part of the book. I have it marked. It was like the first page that I marked. If you can see, I marked pages. This is just my favorite part right here. And then there's the Cupid chapter. I like marked every page from the Cupid chapter. So the Cupid chapter. I believe it. I believe that Rick Riordan didn't just go, okay, so I probably should put something here. I want to get Cupid into this. You know, no one knows who Nico likes. I'll just make him like Percy. No, he didn't do that. He didn't. And by the way, me, no problem. No problem with this whole he likes Percy thing, okay? No problem at all with this, okay? I really do not have a problem. I don't know if you do. Please don't put it in the comments. That is your opinion. Okay? That is your opinion. I have my opinion. I have zero problems with it. If you have problems with it, that's your problem. But anyway, the fact that he likes Percy just makes me smile every time I think about it. I don't know why. I like it. I like the whole fact with him, like, being homosexual. I do like it. And it makes sense. If you go back, it's like, yeah, I see that. Because Rick Riordan, he loves to sweep things under the rug, especially when it comes to Nico. Because if you go back, you know, the part they were talking about with the whole skeletons coming out, starting to attack Percy right after his sister died, and then he said, no, go away, and they all sucked up into the underworlds when he opened the earth up. Well, if you look at it, when he said, no, go away, that's a cliche, for one thing. For some reason, in books, movies, TV shows, even sometimes in real life, if you love somebody, you'll be like, no! And then say or do something to try to fix it. Or stop them from doing something. In this case, he fixed it by summoning the dead and such. Like that. And yes, he fixed it that way. The cliche there. And plus, Percy didn't ask him a question or say something. And the skeletons didn't say anything, at least we're sure. I don't know if they can understand skeleton or if he can, like, understand them or anything. I don't know if they were talking at all. If they were, obviously he didn't say a thing, okay? So, yes. I believe it from that part. I believe it from another part, you know, the part we were thinking Annabeth and him had a thing. No, they don't. That boat sailed and then sank. Just Titanic right there. Sank, down, down, down. But the conversation they had, Percy and him had the same conversation about summoning his sister. You know, Annabeth and Nico's conversation was, please, no, please, fine. Percy and Nico's conversation. Come on, no, come on, no, come on, no, fine. Like, well, yeah, Nico said fine. But you get it? Like, same thing, and we all thought, Annabeth liked him because of that. So, why don't we think the Percy thing is right? I don't really know about that. So, yes. But that's all the little nitpicking I'm going to do for now. I honestly am. That's all I'm going to do now. I could go through later, but my favorite part of the book is where he kind of lays it all on the table for Jason and us, because everyone underestimates Nico, I think, because every time I watch a video, part of the reason I'm doing a video about him, he, like, gets 2 minutes. Really, 2 minutes? He gets 2 minutes, they'll be like, oh, that was fun. oh, when he showed up, that was cool. Even I forget parts of it. I went back, I read The Sun and Neptune, and I'm like, whoa, he's in there a lot more than I realized. I'll go back and I'll be rereading something, and I'm like, I forgot about this part with him. Even in this book, I'm like, he's in here so much. So much, and I'm like, oh my gosh. What's going on here? So Rick Riordan was pretty ingenious to make a character that like everyone else forgets about, because obviously, you know, no one considered, what about Nico? What about Nico? Everyone kind of like, oh yeah, Nico. That's what we do too. And then for him just to lay it all on the table like that, you know, here, let me just tell you exactly what he said. But anyway, so this amazing part from him, like where he just lays it all out. You know, we go on and on about how Rick Riordan, this guy right here, Rick Riordan, has put his characters through the ringer. This poor kid, he like put him through the ringer and then threw him in the flames and left him there. He just left him in the flames, and Nico's still burning, and he already went through the ringer. Because, here, listen to this. This is only half, not even, probably a fourth of what has happened to this kid. Because we don't know everything. So this is what he said. So first, Jason says, nobody's going to judge you. Nico's mouth twisted in a sneer. Really? That would be a first. I'm the son of Hades, Jason. I might as well be covered in blood or sewage the way people treat me. I don't belong anywhere. I'm not even from this century. But even that's not enough to set me apart. I've got to be, you fill in the blank, because it does end there, but just, he lays all that on the table. He's the son of Hades. People treat him terribly. Even Percy acknowledges, like, I didn't treat that kid well enough. And Jason's like, nobody treats this kid well enough. Everyone's afraid of him. Leo's over there making fun of him, which I felt so bad for laughing at. You know, the part where they're like, okay, so we're fighting this giant that sucks all the life out of everything. Sounds like Nico. I felt so bad when I laughed at that part. I just felt like so bad. I did not want to laugh at that part at all. Sorry. I really didn't want to laugh at that part, and I felt bad. But really, everyone is mean to him, and we're mean to him by like ignoring him, and nobody like cares. And the part after that where he was like, "I'm leaving forever." I was like, no. I was yelling at Jason to stop the kid, and then he had to be like called in and ended that conversation. So mad. Also, speaking of things that make people mad, I hear a lot of you people out there don't like how he treated Percy at the end. I don't like it either. Trust me, I don't. But at the same time, I'm like, well, I kind of get it. I mean, Jason knows his little secret. And he's talking to Percy. Percy just came out of Tartarus. He was away from Jason and Percy for a little bit. You don't think he's going to be suspicious? He's probably pushing Percy away just because he's like, no, I don't want you to know. Okay, yeah, goodbye. Get out of here. Goodbye. Don't want you to know. Like that. That is what he is doing. Also, I would like to address why this kid is so angry in this book. People are like, well, he was supposed to be creepy. He is still creepy. But at the same time, he's not, because, yeah, he does, like, get really angry. And I'm sorry, he has a right to be angry. I mean, like I said, that was just half of what his life has been like. Let's go through his life right now. He, like, had his mother killed right in front of him, basically. Then his mind was wiped. He had to go into a time warp. He was taken out just because Percy existed. And Thalia was back too. Then his sister ditched him, like the one person that he even acknowledged is the only one who accepted him, ditches him. And then she goes off. She dies. He falls in love with Percy. He gets a little crush. And then the trust is broken, but then he finds out that he still loves him, like even after trust probably should have been shattered. He still loved him, and he found out, oh, you're the son of Hades, and then he got to go in the labyrinth for a little bit, which probably wasn't good for, his mind. Not good. And then, even when he comes, back and he finds everything, he has to reface Percy, his sister's like, you're mad at me. And then people hate him from both camps. Octavian acknowledges, no one likes him here. He just blatantly says that, and then we get the idea from the Greek camp, because seriously, in the 4th book, after the battle, he summoned the dead, okay, to help out, okay? He goes down. No one knows if he is dead or alive. And they wait for Percy to come over there to make sure he's still alive? What? No, you don't do that. Somebody should have been like, dude, are you okay? Because they were all just standing there staring at him. Yeah, you can be shocked and creeped out, but still, make sure the poor kid's alive. And, then he had to face his father, nearly got blasted, had Percy's trust with him broken, and Tartarus happened, and there's really no, and then, of course, after all of that, he watches the one person in the world that he truly loves fall into Tartarus. Whereas we know, he knows exactly what is waiting for them. Exactly. Not the watered down version, like the dream or something like that. Exactly what is waiting for them. The whole monsters bleeding blood cells and the skin and the breath and all that stuff. That whole deal. He knows. And he's watching the one he loves fall down. Now, a lot of you are probably like, what about Hazel? Yes, he does have Hazel, who just found out he was Greek. Yeah. Not good. Oh yeah, did I mention that he can't even summon his sister's ghost anymore because she went off and was reincarnated? How's that for ya? Yay! Ugh, no. This kid has a terrible life. So, yeah, that's also why he should not die, and I do not think he's gonna die. Because why would Rick Riordan let him survive the first series, just for him to die in this series? Although, I hate to say it, but I can see him sacrificing himself for Percy, and then Percy going, you're what? Like that? Like, you love me? What? Like, huh? When did that happen? Yeah, and then, we'll all stop and be like, here, 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 like that. But I hate that I can see that happening. As far as the prophecy goes, I don't think he's the one with the oath. I'll mention the oath thing later. I am going to make a prophecy predictions video, just predicting things for Nico. Oh yeah, I also want to mention, just let's end on a happy note. I love, 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 love the part in this book where he just I love the part in this book where he got turned into corn. Nico D'Angelo as corn. I love it even more because if you read the Demigod Files, which you should, lots of stories come back to haunt us. But if you read the Demigod Files, you know that he also got turned into a dandelion. He keeps being turned into plants. It's hilarious. Oh, one other prediction I have. I do think that we're going to see more of him. I think that there is a possibility we could get a POV from him. Just because we just found out some major character development, and now it's like, off you go, back to Greek camp. Back to Camp Half-Blood to stop the Romans. And we're all like, I want to know more. I know this is going to be a terrible pun, but I am dying to know what is going on in that kid's brain. Yes, sorry for that terrible pun. And, yeah, I love it, and I also think we're going to get a POV from him just because, did anyone notice he's remembering things? He was going on about how Hazel has it worse because she remembers things, and I'm going, wait a second. You remembered things. You were like, oh, yeah, I remember going there. I went there when I was about 6. Wait, 6? No, that can't be right. Oh, now I speak Italian! That was a little, maybe that's a weird thing, maybe that's not, because he could have just summoned a ghost that was like, could you teach me Italian? Because he's like, I used to know Italian. Maybe I can learn it again. But this time it was like, he suddenly speaks Italian, he's remembering things. What's going on here, Rick? Rick Riordan, what is going on? I'm talking to a book that's not going to help, although pages could tell me the answer, maybe. But Rick Riordan tries to sweep it under the rug. I noticed. He tries to do the whole sweeping thing because it happens a few times in the beginning. The beginning! And then after that, it was just nothing really. Mainly because we were all focused on, he has a crush on who? Like that.